Sarah. Welcome to Faithful Underground. Today you want to grab a Bible. If you don't have a Bible, you can email me at Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at faithfulunderground.com. And we'll be happy to send you one. Make sure you include your contact information with that. Today we're going to be looking at Matthew 4:18 to 22. This is the story of the calling of the first disciples. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon, called Peter, and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, preparing their nets. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. Chances are, if you walked into a church right now and heard a preacher speaking on this particular story, the focus would be on outreach, on going out and being fishers of men and bringing people in. I'd like to encourage you to kind of take a different standpoint and think about it from a historical perspective. Back in the time when Jesus was calling his disciples, young men from the time they were little on would attend school, rabbi school. And about the time you would hit middle school, like age 13, you would move on to a school called Bet Midrash. Now, Bet Midrash was kind of like allowing the cream to rise to the top, if you will. The best of the best moved on from there. So from a historical perspective, boys were brought up with the goal of attending rabbi school. The ultimate goal would be Bet Talmid, which is kind of like a rabbi high school, so to speak. And when you hit Bet Talmid, you seek out a rabbi to follow. If you didn't make it to Bet Talmid after the age of 13, you would go home and learn your family's trade, whether it was fishermen or metalwork or whatever that might be. In this story, these guys didn't make the cut. They didn't make it to Bet Talmid. They were sent home to be with their father at probably the age of about 13. These guys didn't make the cut. They had to go home and learn the family trade. And what's really cool about this story is Jesus comes up to them and he chooses them. He ultimately says, "Hey, I know you guys didn't make it to the cut with the rabbis, but you know what? I want to be your rabbi." And he was a well-respected rabbi within the time. A lot of times people question why these young guys would drop their nets and follow Jesus. But this was like a huge honor to them to be able to follow him and actually be chosen by him, because normally, like I said before, normally you would move on to this other school and you would choose your rabbi, and they didn't always have to accept you. So to be chosen by a rabbi was a great honor. It's kind of like today's perspective, like if you would spend your whole life practicing to join the NBA or the WNBA and you try out for all the teams and you don't make any of the teams, but then one of the greatest coaches you can think of comes up to you and says, "You know what, I want you for my team. I want to mold you into this great player that you can be." It was a lot like the same. You would drop everything in your life and follow him. So Jesus came to them and he said, "I want you. I want you to think a minute about how you would feel if this great coach came to you and said, 'I want you. I want you on my team.'" And Jesus didn't pick the A team. He picked the B team. He picked the guys who didn't make the cut the first time around. And that says a lot about what Jesus can do with our lives. All the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think that says a lot about Jesus' faith in us, and not just that he has faith in us, but we should have faith in us also. Thanks for checking us out, and make sure you come back next week.